Hello everyone. In this session we are going to discuss few problems on rolling a dice. So here in this in all the examples we will consider a six-faced dice. So it has six faces, a cube structure, and when you roll a die or throw a die you may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as the outcomes. So here when I roll a single dice, the total number of outcomes will become 6, and the probability of occurrence of 1 will be P of 1 can be written as 1 favorable outcome by total number of outcomes 6. So 1 by 6. The probability of occurrence of 2 is again 1 favorable outcome, so 1 by total number of outcomes 6. So on. The probability of occurrence of 6 is again 1 favorable outcome by total number of outcomes 6. Now if you see, P of 1 is equal to 1 by 6, P of 2 is 1 by 6, so on P of 3, P of 4, P of 5 and P of 6 is equal to 1 by 6. So you can see that this is an example for equally likely events. Equally likely events. And now when we throw the dice, if we get 1, there is no chance for 2 to appear, and if 2 occurs there will not be any chance for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 to appear. So this is nothing but these are all mutually exclusive events. So what do you mean by mutually exclusive? If one outcome appears, the occurrence of the other outcomes becomes 0. Now consider 2 dice. So when we throw 2 dice, so we may get 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6 or 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, so on to 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 6 6. These are all the outcomes. So how many? 6 power 2, 36. In the case of one die, 6 power 1, 6 outcomes. So knowing briefly about the dice, we'll go on with the problems. So first one, when 2 dice are thrown. When 2 dice are thrown, find the probability of getting a total of 10 or 11. This was asked in JNTUH university question. So now first look at the sample space. So sample space would consist of 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, so on to 6 1, 6 2, 6 3, 6 4, 6 5, 6 6. Now the probability of getting 10 or 11. The probability of getting 10 or 11. So what are the favorable outcomes? So favorable outcomes may be Here 4, 6. Four and 6, 10. So when it is 4, 6, we can also write 6, 4. Then 5, 5. 5, 5 will give you 10. And then 6, 4. And then 6, 5. These are the possible outcomes for the sum to be 10 or 11. Now the required probability is equal to, I can write as required probability is equal to how many favorable outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 by total number of outcomes are 2 dice. So 6 power 2 is 36. So 5 by 36 is the answer. Now next one. Find the probability of rolling doubles on a 2 6-sided dice numbered from 1 to 6. Now here, as you know, the total outcomes would be 2 dice. So 6 power 2, 36. And favorable outcomes, doubles. So getting doubles means same number. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. So required probability is equal to favorable outcomes by total outcomes. How many favorable? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 by 36. So 1 by 6 is the answer. Next. In a single throw of 2 dice, what is the probability of obtaining a sum of at least 10? So probability of obtaining a sum of at least 10. So what do you mean by at least 10? So P of getting a sum of at least 10 is equal to probability of first getting 10 and above 10 also. So therefore probability of getting 11 plus probability of getting 12. Because when 2 dice are rolled, the sum of the outcome or sum of the output whatever you see will not be more than 12. So what are the events of getting 10? So when do we get 10? For, let me write down, probability of getting 10 is 4, 6, 6, 4, 5, 5. And the probability of getting 11 is 5, 6, 6, 5. And probability of getting 12 is only 1, 6, 6. So what is the probability, required probability? So in this case, how many favorable probability of getting 10? 3 favorable outcomes. So 3 by total outcomes. How do you give the total outcomes? Total outcomes is equal to 6 power 2. 2 dice. So 6 power 2, which is equal to 36. So required probability is equal to 3 by 36 plus probability of getting 11. 2 by 2 favorable outcomes. So 2 by 36 plus probability of getting 12. So 1 by 36. Nothing but here 6 by 36, which is equal to 1 by 6 is the answer. Yeah, next problem. A single dice is thrown twice. What is the probability that sum is neither 8 nor 9? Now we will find out the probability of 8 and 9 and then subtract from the total probability. Now in this problem, dice was thrown 2 times. Therefore, the total number of outcomes are 36. Total number of outcomes are 36. 6 power 2, 36. Now the outcomes or the sample space will be same if one dice is thrown twice or 2 dice are thrown. So when we throw the dice for the first time, so I may get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Any one of the output. And when I throw it second time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the sum is neither 8 nor 9. So first we will calculate for the favorable outcomes. First sum 8. So what are the favorable outcomes? So 4, 4, 2, 6, 6, 2, 3, 5, 5, 3. So how many favorable cases? If I write the probability for the sum is equal to 8. It is 5 by 36. And for the sum 9, the favorable outcomes are 3, 6, 6, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4. So the probability of sum is equal to 9. 4 by 36. So consider this as event 1 and this as event 2. Event 1 and event 2. So what is the probability of event 1 union event 2? Event 1 is 5 by 6, 5 by 36 plus event 2 is 4 by 36. You get it as 9 by 36, which is equal to 1 by 4. And now actually what we need to calculate? The probability that sum is neither 8 nor 9. Nothing but 1 minus probability of even union E2, which is equal to 1 minus 1 by 4. Your answer is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 is the answer. Yeah, we'll go for the next problem. 2 dice are thrown simultaneously. The probability that the sum of numbers on both exceeds 8. This was given in GATE 2005. So let's draw a table. So sum and total events. So sum. So when I throw the 2 dice, the minimum sum would be 2. It would start from 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the sums. These are the sum on the 2 dice when we throw them. Now how many total events? So for example, take 2. So how many total events? Only 1 and 1. Other than this event, no other event will give you the 2 as sum. So how many number of events? 1. And for 3 I may go with 2 1 or 1 2. So how many events? 2. And for 4 you can write down this after observing the sample space, where it is like 1 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 1 6 2 1 2 2 2 3 2 4 2 5 2 6. So you can write down the number of events, or if you remember, actually this would start from 2 to 6 and again it would decrement till 1. You can directly, if you remember this, you can draw this table and you can do it. Otherwise, from the sample space also you can find it out and you can write down. Now the question is probability that sum is greater than 8. So sum is greater than 8 for means 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12 is nothing but sum greater than 9. And what are the favorable outcomes for them? 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 divided by total number of outcomes. 2 dice. So 2 dice is 6 power 2, 36, which is equal to 10 by 36. So 10 by 36 is the answer. Next question. A fair dice is rolled twice. The probability that an odd number will follow an even number is. See here, an odd number should follow the even number. So odd number following the even number means the first set, the first die will have 2, 4, 6, and the second dice odd number, so 1, 3, 5. And what would be the sample space? 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5. Because an odd number should follow the even number. 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 6, 3, 6, 5, which is equal to So number of favorable outcomes are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9. By total outcomes, 6 power 2. So 9 by 36, which is equal to 1 by 4. 1 by 4 is the required probability that a odd number will follow an even number. Going ahead, next question. A 6-faced fair dice is rolled 5 times. The probability in percentage of obtaining 1 at least 4 times. 1 at least 4 times is. Now see here, you are rolling a dice 5 times. So we cannot go with the normal procedure, because when you are rolling it one time, 6 power 1, 2 times 6 power 2, 3 times 6 power 3. Now it is 6 power 5. So many combinations we cannot write down, and we cannot it would be a tedious process. So here we use the binomial distribution. So using the binomial distribution, so usually whenever it is a repetitive experiment, we use the binomial distribution method. So this is like P at x is equal to R is equal to NCR P power R Q power n minus R. N is the total number of outcomes. N is total number of outcomes. R is required number of outcomes. P is probability of success. And Q is probability of failure. So let me repeat once again. NCR P power R Q power n minus R, where n is the total number of outcomes, R is the required number of outcomes, P is the probability of success, and Q is the probability of failure. So now P, the probability of success. So what is it? From the question, obtaining 1 at least 4 times. So when you are rolling a dice, obtaining 1. So what is the probability that I obtain 1 when I roll the dice? So you all know that the probability of 1 is equal to 1 by 6. 1 favorable outcome out of 6 possible outcomes. So this is what probability of success. And what is the probability of not getting 1? Probability of not getting 1. Nothing but 1 minus 1 by 6, which is nothing but your P bar, or you can also say it as Q, which is nothing but probability of failure. 1 minus 1 by 6 is nothing but 5 by 6. Now what is N? Total number of times you are throwing. One second, it is total number So let me write down n is equal to number of times. So how many number of times you are repeating the experiment or throwing the dice? 5 times. Now probability at x is equal to r. So nothing but probability of x greater than or equal to 4, because at least 4 times they have said. So probability of x greater than or equal to 4. So this is nothing but probability of, and x is equal to 4, probability of x is equal to 4, and the probability of x when it is equal to 5. X is equal to 4 and x is equal to 5. Because 5 times here rolling the dice. So from the formula you can write down 5 C4. So what is P? 1 by 6. 1 by 6 to the power of R. R is 4. And Q of n minus R. What is Q? Probability of failure. 5 by 6 to the power of n minus R. So 5 minus 4, which is 1, plus again NCR. So here 5C5 into 1 by 6 to the power of 5, nothing but P power R into Q power n minus R. Q is 5 by 6, n minus R is 0. So here it would be here 5 factorial by 4 factorial into 5 minus 4 factorial, or I can directly write the simplification. After simplification, here 5C4 is 5 into 5 into 6, I will take it as 1 by 6 power of 5, plus this would come to 1 by 6 whole power 5. I can also write it as 25 plus 1 by 6 power 5, which is equal to 26 by 25. 26 by 25, which is equal to 0.0033. Now in the question the probability in percentage is asked. So therefore probability in percentage is equal to 0.0033 into 100, which is equal to 0.33. 0.33 is the answer. So C is the answer. C is the answer. Just go through the procedure. So using binomial distribution NCR into P power R into Q power n minus R. N is the total number of times you are repeating the experiment. P is the probability of success. Q is the probability of failure. R is the required number. So substituting these. So what they have asked is obtaining one at least 4 times. So probability of x at R is equal to probability of x greater than or equal to 4. Substituting the values, you get it as 0.0033. Computing probability in percentage, nothing but multiplying by 100, we get it as 0.33 as answer. C is the answer. Thank you all.